During episode number 6 of Two Girls in a Galaxy, we had an amazing couple of things happen that we would love to share with you. And so here we are with Sherry Silva as our special guest today, and she played the role of Tracy. I'm making sure I got that right. And while she was in that role, we had the most amazing, I'm going to call it a miracle. We had a miracle happen. So, Marilyn, would you like to tell us a little bit about what that episode, we are going to watch a clip of it in a moment, but would you like to just tell us a little bit about what was happening on stage at that time?
Well, that episode was based upon when I first started channeling, when I first started hearing messages. And what happened was during an energy session, I knew how to do Reiki, or I was Reiki level 2 or 3, I don't remember. And when I was doing the Reiki session with an actual client, that was when I heard this voice that said that they were Serapis Bay and they wanted to communicate. And of course, in the episode, it was really funny because I was having this conversation in my head and the voice was outside, and Sherry, or Tracy, couldn't hear the voice, and they gave us some information that was really pertinent that I could never have gotten to. And
actually, I've heard this story a million times, and I had never heard what that information was.
Well, it was kind of personal, but I've asked both people if I could share it. And this person had had an abortion when she was really young, and the soul of the baby was still there.
Wow.
And was giving her some digestive issues or having some, causing her challenges when it came to relationships or something. I'm not sure what, but that's what really happened in real life.
Enough so that she was getting energy.
Right, and this was like in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And so we continued and released the soul of the child, and then when we recreated that, it was so fascinating because when we talked about the script and I said, who's going to play the role of Tracy, and I just heard very clearly Sherry, very clearly. And I thought, well, maybe we should get an actor from the Branson Arts Council group. And they said, no, Sherry. So I didn't question it.
She used her intuition, which is what she teaches on the Channelers Academy.
Yes.
Right.
So then, during the filming, I was reading the lines on the script, and you were there, and you were doing the sound, and we were reading the lines and going through it, what seemed like 10 times, because that's what we do.
That's what we do, yes.
And there was a point where I heard, or I felt like I needed to really open the chakras in my hands and really do energy work, and you saw that, right?
I saw it a little later. You always get this look when you're really starting to do something, and it's like, wonder what's going on.
Well, and I think we should explain that Randy's also a Reiki master. So what Marilyn was doing on the table was Reiki. Mm-hmm. And Randy's also a Reiki master, so he sees the energy that comes off of the hands.
Yeah. I mean, you see me do this a lot before I play. I mean, it's kind of a Reiki thing. You kind of energize the hands for the energy before you start a session. And so Marilyn was doing that, and it got really, the energy shifted. That's what I noticed, and all of a sudden, Carl and I kept doing our things, and all of a sudden, later, Marilyn was crying, Sherry was crying, everybody's crying. It was like, something must have happened. But we wasn't sure until later what actually happened, and that was the miracle. So you want to explain that?
Well, and also, I got a text from Carl saying, "Oh my God, we had a miracle on the set today."
Yeah.
And So what happened, right? Sherry, do you want to tell us what happened?
Yeah.
Well,
for you.
Yeah.
I was just laying there, but I thought, this is kind of odd what's going on. Marilyn was kind of talking into the air, and I thought, wow, she was talking to somebody that wasn't there.
Which was the role.
Yes, which was the role, but I was playing as if it was really me. And so I felt, wow, I'm feeling relieved. I'm feeling different. I'm feeling more happy. And I was amazed. I didn't know anything was going to be happening, and so I didn't know what had happened until afterwards.
Well, and you were in the situation, everything was, going along like you would expect it to, and then there was a shift in the energy.
Yes.
And afterwards, you told me something that I had no idea about.
I told you that when I was younger, I had had an abortion, which I hadn't told.
And you hadn't
Very
read the
few
script
people.
before you.
No. No, I didn't know about the abortion part of it. So I had an abortion, but I didn't realize, well, at the time I had it, I was just newly married. And my husband that I had married had 6 previous children. And I had 1. So that made 7 for him. And when I told him that I was pregnant, he asked me if I was willing to have an abortion because he didn't feel he could go through another one, raising another child. So I thought about it and I thought, well, okay. At that time, we were told there was no life in the egg until they were about 3 months old, no consciousness. But we found out later that's not true.
Yeah.
There's consciousness
'Cause
immediately.
this was a long time ago. Yeah.
Right, this was a very long time ago. So I had forgiven myself for doing that because I was justified, which was analytical
Yeah.
and not feeling. But this table session made me feel something that I didn't know was an issue with me.
So what you thought was you're coming in to play a part, but in reality, it was divine connection that you needed to
Exactly.
be there. That's a miracle.
Yeah.
That's what I call a miracle.
That is definitely a miracle.
That's wild.
Right. Yeah. Well, why don't we take a look at the clip so everybody who's watching right now knows exactly what we're talking about? And I think that if you've seen the episode before, you may see what you need to realize is that these two are not acting at this point. Like what's happening
now it's becoming
is
real.
really like it's a documentary.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip.
Okay, Tracy, you might begin to start feeling some warmth here.
I think I do.
Marilyn Harper.
Did you hear somebody?
No.
I would like to speak through you to deliver a message to Tracy.
Absolutely not. Go away.
Excuse me?
Not you, Tracy. Just go ahead and lie back down.
I am Serapis Bey.
Congratulations. I am Marilyn Harper.
I am the Chohan of the Fourth Ray, member of the Council of Adepts of the Ascension Temple at Luxor.
Yeah? Well, big whoop. I am deacon at the Madison Avenue Christian Church in Springfield, Missouri.
I can heal all of Tracy's symptoms, but I need the use of your physical vessel.
Just because I'm doing Reiki does not mean that I'm not a deacon anymore. We don't let things that we cannot see control us.
Yeah, maybe I should go and you can talk amongst yourselves.
Tell her about the baby.
Tell her about what baby? There is no baby.
Did you say something about a baby?
Don't think that I'm crazy, but this voice from wherever he's from says that 30 years ago you had an abortion and the soul of the baby is still attached to you, and that's what's giving you these symptoms.
How did you know that?
I didn't know that. He knew that.
Who knew that?
The beige serape guy from the luxurious temple. I wonder if he's Jewish. Anyway, he said that it's a girl, and you thought about naming her Sierra. And she wants you to know that she loves you very much.
This is beginning to freak me out.
Welcome to the party.
How do you know all these things? I never told anyone about that.
Don't ask me. Ask him. He's the one who's telling me these things.
I think I better go.
Tell her if she'll allow us 2 minutes, her doctor will have surprising news at her appointment next week.
Why don't you tell her?
You won't allow us to speak through your vessel.
Is it the voice again?
Yes. He says that if you allow him 2 minutes, your doctor will have surprising news next week at your doctor's appointment.
I don't have a doctor appointment next week. Well, they haven't called me to confirm it yet anyway.
Ha! You see? She doesn't have a doctor's appointment next week.
She will.
Oh, yeah? You want to put your money where your mouth is? Oh, you're staying?
Well, if that voice knew all those things about me, maybe it can heal me.
Okay, Mr. I can heal her in 2 minutes. Show me what to do. Okay, we're going to bring in the archangels Michael and Raphael. And we're going to come we're going to bring it, because it's a tiny baby, we're going to bring in little fairy angels to help Sierra through the light. Oh, it's so sweet. Oh, and the archangels are right there, and the little fairy angels are like taking her little hands. And Sierra, do you have anything that you want to say to your mom? Oh, she says thank you. And she says that she loves you so much. And then they go through the light. Whoa. Did you see that?
No, but I felt something.
I saw this light raise up that comes through you and raise up and go through the ceiling. Oh. And then you sit up.
I feel really different. This has been the weirdest session I've ever had.
Tell me about it. I have no idea how I'm going to explain this one to the other deacons.
Oh my gosh. So what did the deacons say? Did you explain
I
it?
don't think I ever explained it to the deacons. I tried to explain it to my brother, and he shot me down.
Okay,
So,
okay, well.
I didn't explain it to anybody else.
Well, you know, and I think that that's the beauty of that episode is that, you know, we were talking about it later because Sherry, a long time ago, I went through something very similar. And I think there's a lot of women out there that are our age that have never told a soul what happened, and yet they are silently suffering. And I think that what you did was just, it's more than a miracle, because it wasn't, I don't think it's just release for you, but I think it'll be a release for all the women out there that watch this that have been through the same thing.
Right, because that energetic imprint of the child stays with you.
Right.
And that's what was lifted and released, or, you know, went over to the other side, or however you want to explain it. And that's you know, that's pretty
That's
cool.
profound.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it is very profound.
And probably weird at the same time. I mean, you know, the weirdest
Definitely
session,
weird.
you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who would have thought that?
It was just amazing. And like I said, like when I first saw, we knew something was going on, but you know, we were doing our stuff. Carl and I were setting stuff and lighting and everything, and then it's like, something happened, and then we realized, after talking, like, wow, that is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said earlier, I've heard that story, how how Serapis Bay came into Maryland the first time a million times. But never had you told me what they said. It was always, they gave me some very personal information. And to have you never say that to anyone, Carl put it in the script as the way he did, and you be the person who never read the script before you got in here and played the role. I mean,
And I heard that you were supposed to play the role,
Right.
and you did.
That's interesting.
yeah.
And then afterwards, has there been any changes for you?
I don't know, I just feel lighter and I feel more at peace.
Yeah.
I feel like I've released something that needed to just dissipate, and as a result, I'm more of an uplifter. I feel more, I feel like I love people more.
She said she loves people more. If you didn't hear her. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, and you did an event with us just recently, a couple weeks ago, that you probably never would have done,
You're
right?
Right.
You took the time to talk to your employer and
Exactly.
got the courage up to ask for the time off.
I did. I'm an analytical, straight-laced person, but I have a lot of fun. I do, I balance.
Yeah.
But yes, I follow the rules, and I don't like to break them, but I did.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing, that is Two Girls in a Galaxy, right? I mean, the reason that we're telling these stories is because we really believe that there are people out there that will benefit from hearing them. And so even though it's not easy for us to be so transparent and vulnerable, we've agreed to do that so that in the hopes that it will help somebody out there. So also in that episode, we had another miracle happen, right?
Yes.
Why don't we take a look at that clip, and then we're going to bring Heather in. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I wasn't on the set when I wasn't here when any of this happened.
That was when Carl and Randy were shooting from my car.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So we'll bring Heather in and see what happened for her as well. Let's look at the clip first.
Get in the back seat.
Why?
I don't want you anywhere near the controls.
So now what?
You need to ground. Close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths.
What are you going to do to me?
Just shut up and breathe.
I can't.
Yes, you can. Tell your conscious mind to get in the front seat. Good. Keep breathing. Stay relaxed. Now, the beings from the 17th dimension, they call themselves Adironda. They would like to make a divine link with you.
Ah, so it is good day to you, huh?
Wow. So, what you may not know and what you didn't see in that clip is that really was Adironda. And Adironda continued to deliver Heather. Oh, by the way, this is Heather Peterson.
Heather.
She's the actor that played that role of Alexis. And she's going to tell you the story in a moment. But what you didn't see was that Adironda continued to give her a session.
really short, but
And
yeah.
do you remember any of
You
this?
know, I just remember thinking when all of a sudden I was going through the process as we were acting, it's like, oh, wait. And there they were, and it's like, wait, I'm sitting back in the background saying, wait, you're supposed to cut there. And they're like, we're talking to her. They were not paying any attention to me.
And so what we should explain here, if people had never seen you or the clip or anything, is that Marilyn is a channel for Adironda and the Council of Light, but she's also a trans channel, which means that when they come through, she's gone. Like, she doesn't usually remember what they say. And so what's really interesting about this was Randy is witnessing it, because he knows, we're around Adironda all the time. We know when Adironda's present. So what was your experience, Randy?
Well, I mean, nobody was thinking Adironda was going to come in, and I was sitting there holding the microphone going, they're coming in. They're coming in. I don't know, and Marilyn's like fighting it. And I saw the process, and all of a sudden, it is good day to you means they are there front and center. And then Carl's like, great, cut. And then Adironda looked at Heather and just started talking, and Carl and I were like, And
What do I do?
I don't remember what was said. I know you don't remember. Do you remember what?
I don't remember exactly,
Yeah.
but I do remember that they said, or
Yeah, they're there.
they that things were going to get better.
So let's go ahead and take a look at the clip.
Ah, so it is good day to you, huh? We are here again. Good day to you, good day to you, good day to you. And the helicopter is gone, eh?
Yes, the helicopter's gone.
Understand that in this radiant light that you are coming into, that your life is going to change from this point forward. And is yours. Well, you are used to the changes that are coming through. But understand that in that frequency, the energy that is the storm, the chaos that has been with you for the last, we do not know, 8 months, 10 months, maybe longer, is smoothing out in this next month. Huh? Is that all right?
Yeah, that's great.
Ah, yes. Ah, dearest, we love you so much. It is good. Good for you, huh?
Thank you.
We bid you namaste. I'm sitting back in the background and saying, be quiet back there.
We've got people at the studio.
And so, Anne, like, has
So-
things changed for you since that happened?
Is it all right if I go back a little bit so I can tell
Absolutely,
you
yeah.
leading up to this? So first, I want to say that almost a year ago, or pretty close to, in October, I was starting to listen to channels. Like, I'm a very spiritual person and a seeker, and I didn't know that many, many years ago, like 1999, was my first real spiritual awakening, which was I was in an airport moving to Branson, and I found this book. I was like, just what book? And I picked up this book, and it was Conversations with God, which really changed my life. I didn't understand until this week, talking to a friend, that was a channel. Like, I didn't understand, and it just all comes together. But anyway, so I had been listening, and I've been going through a lot. I have an eye disease that Western medicine has told me, sorry, there's nothing we can do for you. You're going to lose your eyesight. And, I've been refusing to accept that. But it sent me into a tailspin. What it actually did was bring me to AA. So, I've spent a lot of years hiding behind, masking behind, using, and alcohol. And I knew when I was having trouble quitting drinking for my own health that I had to do something. So I had one of those things, like they often say, like something that really gets you in there, and it did. I had a rough night, and that was it for me. So when I got the call from Marilyn to do this, I was like in my second week of sobriety.
Really?
And it was one of those miracle things. Because first I was like, who is this woman?
Yeah. That's what
Who's
most people
calling
say.
me? And
Yeah.
listen, I might be a skeptic, so in certain ways, like so she was asking me to do this, and I'm like, I call my best friend, and I'm like, this is happening, like, should I do this thing? You know, I'm like, really, I've done a lot of acting in my life, but almost nothing on camera. I wasn't in my best form. And so I said, yes, I'll do this. And as Marilyn knows, it was a rough morning. I was rushing around trying to get there. I left my makeup, which is, you know, for a girl on camera, not the best thing.
That's a big deal.
I don't see well, so I had to speak to text, and I was trying to say I'm getting there. And later, when I looked at the text, like what it heard from me sounded, I had sent a message to Marilyn. I'm like, oh my gosh, that sounds not like nothing I said. It sounded rude, or you know, I was having a rough day, and but I came anyway. I showed up, and so sitting in the back seat of that car. When Adironda came in, did I say that right? Adironda.
So you can't make this stuff up.
I know. Yeah.
When they came in, it was like a shift of energy, and I felt like tears coming. You know, I felt it. And I received it, and since then, you know, I'm 111 days sober today.
Congratulations.
Yay.
And I'm seeing that, you know, there's a lot more hope than I've ever had. You know, I wake up at 5:30 in the morning. I'm doing yoga at 6:30 in the morning. I'm creating better, you know, daily habits and structure for my child, and my relationships are improving. It's a journey, and it's not to say that every day's been great, because it's been tough, but you know, like today, I just woke up with so much gratitude. I have so much more gratitude, and
That's what we teach.
I know.
Yeah.
You see, there was a reason.
Yeah.
There was a reason. You know?
I mean, my favorite saying in the whole world is gratitude is the abracadabra of the universe.
And, you know, hearing that story, unbeknownst to me, didn't know that whole backstory, didn't know any of that. When I saw you on stage in a show at the Branson Arts Council show, I said, that woman is going to play Alexis. Even though you don't look anything like the real Alexis, even though coming in, it was completely, I just heard very clearly, she needs to play Alexis. And it took a lot of hunting you down to find out what your name was, all that, and how to get in contact with you.
And the funny thing about it is, Heather and I have known each other kind of in certain circles, for years.
Really?
So when she came in, it's like,
We
you
both
look
recognized
really
each other.
familiar.
Yeah.
And she said the same thing to me, and then we were in the parking lot, and it was like, oh my gosh. And then
right.
we reconnected. So there's another connection there.
Yeah.
Which
Wow.
is great.
Yeah.
Now you've stepped into your power. You're singing in Springfield and different.
Jobs keep coming. As a matter of fact, I got a call from a friend in Springfield a couple of days ago saying there's a private gig coming up. She books bands and things for different events, and she said there's several other bands who've put a bid in. I just wanted to let you know, like, they're looking for a jazz band, and that's what I do. I mean, that's one of my favorite music things to do. And so I called a friend and said, I don't even know how to charge for this. And as it turns out, it was, he's like, this is how you do it. And I put my bid in. It was higher than everyone else's. And I said, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, and she called back and said, they want you. And so, I'm also starting to picked up another once a month gig with the Stardust. They're doing a big band thing once a month or twice a month now, and they've asked me to sing once a month. So it's, I'm doing my best to be just open to receive and surrender. I'm trying not to cry.
Everything is possible.
Congratulations.
Thank
We
you.
need a singer every Sunday for spiritual happy
Yes,
hour.
we do. Yes, we do.
Hey,
Guess what?
I might be your girl.
That
We
is
know each other, so that's even better. So.
that is just such an amazing story. I mean, and we didn't rehearse any of this. We just sat on the set here and we decided to wing it and see what happened. I didn't know any of that. You guys didn't know.
I didn't know
that.
part of that.
That's just so
That's
amazing.
the whole backstory.
Yeah.
And that explains a lot.
Yeah. And I was playing a drunk. When you saw me, that was a very interesting thing to go through. Like, that was all very cathartic. It was, like all of this happening. I mean, I don't believe in accidents. And there's been so many synchronicities in my life, especially since then.
Wow.
since I gave my power over.
2 miracles in one show.
Yeah.
How much better does it get?
How does it get better than this?
Let's find out.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
well, Alexis will be seen again on Two Girls in a Galaxy. She's got several different roles that she's going to, that you'll get the opportunity to play for
That's
sure.
really exciting.
Yeah.
Good.
Well, thank you so much for being with us. And I didn't get a chance to thank Sherry as well for being on the show tonight as themselves, not as the actors that
Right.
they played. And thank you for taking a moment to allow us to share with you what is happening as we do this program. I mean, Adironda told us a long time ago that we needed to tell the story, and we tried to write the book for 13 years.
Yeah.
And it never went anywhere. And then we told Carl a few episodes, and he's like, this is a TV show. And here we are. So
And I just want to say thank you. Thank you for feeling me or getting me in this space. I really appreciate it.
It's, you know, it's our honor. It's our, you know, thank you for showing up and
Nailing it.
nailing
You
it.
nailed the
Absolutely.
part.
Just like Sherry did. It was like so amazing, those things that happened.
here you go. This is the symbol of Adironda.
Oh my gosh.
You wear it on your heart. And what it means is, you see how the heart has no sharp edges?
Yes.
So that's Adironda telling you to take the sharp edges off of love and to remember that it's smooth. Do you see the rays?
Yes.
That's the 17 rays, because Adironda comes from the 17th dimension. The little split on the ray is to remind you that there's duality.
That you and your higher self are always connected at your heart.
Thank you so
And
much.
it's silver and shining to remind you that the world is a reflection of you.
Thank you so
Yes.
much. This means a lot to me.
You are
deserve it.
welcome.
Thank
Yeah. Yeah.
I appreciate it. This is really embarrassing.
She cries all the time.
Absolutely. Nobody cries alone around me.
Like when Adironda leaves and Marilyn comes back, it's like,
I'm always crying.
Yeah.
Thank you so
that's
much.
amazing.
You're welcome. You're very welcome. All right. Well, and thank you. And we will hopefully, we actually have more miracles to share with you. So watch for these specials down the road.
Yes.
Ready? All together now? Namaste, y'all.
Stay.